Well, do you remember the video game Tetris? Well, I think most of my generation does, but did you know there was a grisly murder associated with the developer of that video game? So we're talking about this morning is a three-part series called The Tetris Murders, which premieres Monday, December 5th at 9 p.m. on Investigation Discovery and streams the same day on Discovery Plus. So let's welcome in former CSI Tech investigator and Lieutenant Sandra Brown, who led the investigation. And yeah, she's sharing her thoughts on this mysterious case that continues to haunt her decades later. So welcome to the show, Sandra. And what is so mysterious and puzzling about this particular case?
Well, again, good morning, Mike. This case happened in 1998. Vladimir Pakilko was one of the developers of Tetris. Now, like you, I remember playing that game with my kids. So my generation is a little bit older than yours, but I loved the game when it first came out. When we initially got this call, we had no idea that the developer or one of the developers had been either murdered or committed murder in this home. And when we first walked into that home that night in Palo Alto, California, when I saw him, something was just in my system. I just didn't think that he had committed this heinous crime. I mean, in this home was a murdered child and a murdered wife. And then here is this man who appeared to look like he had cut his own throat and he had killed himself. I just couldn't believe it. And so when people ask me over the last few years, and I've been retired now for 10 years, what was the most interesting case? This one always comes up. There's a few more, but this one always comes up because, Mike, I just don't think that he committed this crime. I really don't. And over this three-part series, I myself have learned some things about a case that I was involved in that I didn't even know about until we went back over this investigation. And so it is important for me to put this information out for some of us on this case. It's important that we put it out into the universe so that folks know that maybe and perhaps this man didn't commit this crime.
Okay, Sandra, I feel you. And if this was it was a confirmed murder-suicide, right? Why do you think it's so important to revisit the case decades later?
It was a confirmed murder-suicide, but there were some issues that were very odd during the investigation. I mean, the FBI came in. I remember asking myself back then, if this is a bedroom community murder-suicide, which unfortunately happens across our nation, why is the FBI getting involved in this? Why is the FBI coming up with a search warrant the next day? That made me very suspicious. Now, the Federal Bureau of Investigation does great work. Okay, I'm not putting them down, but I thought that was very curious. There are some other issues that you will find in the three-part docuseries that I won't discuss now because we don't want to spoil anything. But as you watch it, you'll see my surprise on some parts of the investigation I didn't even know had occurred until 22 years later. I was shocked when I looked back at that report. I was shocked when I looked at some of the information that was entered into the report after I saw it 24 years ago. And also some of the occurrences that happened since then. I was just surprised. And so what this docuseries has brought to me, it has solidified what I felt 24 years ago. I really feel that today. I am very sure that Vladimir Pakilko did not commit this crime. But unfortunately, folks, we're going to have to wait. The docuseries comes out on Monday, December 5th. It's going to be 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's a three-part series. I hope everybody sits back and watches it and see how much work we did and how surprised we are.
Yeah, Sandra, you got my attention. This looks like some appointment TV for sure, or you can just stream it based on your schedule. That's what's so great about it. But really appreciate your time. Thank you so much for being with us.
Thank you, Mike.
Okay, and of course you can check out our website for more on this, and that is firstcoastliving.net.